Oh boy, gotta love preseason, huh? What's up, fans? So that was a game, huh? The Dolphins ended up losing to the Panthers 27-20, and the game wasn't even that close for people to think that it was that close, 27-20, because I took some notes. I got a ton of notes here while I was watching the game, and then I had bleach to put in my eyes while I was watching the game, because I'm going to give you some stats to start this off. I didn't give you stats on the last post game, because so Ryan Tannehill went 14 for 17, 100 yards. He didn't do bad, but again, he didn't do great. And I'm telling you guys, you're going to be like, well, he only threw 5-yard passes. No, there was a couple passes that were long. Let me see if I could find his friggin' length of his dick. No, I can't find it. But he threw some long passes. Yes, most of them were short passes, but a lot of people think, and I think Adam Gase even said himself, that he's trying to conserve the offense, and he doesn't want these guys to get hurt, so it's short dink and dunk passes so Tannehill doesn't take a wicked sack and hurt his wicked sack. So then Brock Osweiler came in second, and Brock Osweiler's Brock Osweiler. David Fales did not do well today at all. Like, threw an interception, did caca. Bryce Petty, though, got us the touchdown, our only touchdown of the game, diving head first in for that touchdown, so that was good. Kenyon Drake had a good day, 8 rushes, 54 yards. Snores Perry, caca. Howell, 5 rushes, 40 yards. Receiving, Grant was ranked first with 45 receiving yards. Albert Wilson, Snores Perry had 32 receiving yards. So the offense did. They just did. It was bad. They would march down the field. They would get in field goal range, or the defense would get an interception like Xavier Howard did, get them in field goal range or in the red zone, and it was just some of the worst play calling I've ever seen. Why aren't you trying to throw touchdown passes to Gesicki when you're in the red zone? Why are you doing bubble screens? Why on 3rd and 8 you decide to throw a 4-yard pass to the running back? That was for Brock Osweiler, because I noticed that Brock Osweiler, it was 3rd and 8, and he threw a 3-yard pass to Perry, who got tackled instantly. I get with Tannehill, you didn't want to have him sit in the pocket too long, so you had a lot of dink and dunk passes, because you know what you got out of him, I guess, and you don't want him to get hurt. But the other quarterbacks, come on. The defense played better than last week. They gave that 71-yard touchdown run to McCaffrey. That was just a blown assignment on Spence. He hit the wrong gap, and McDonald, bad angle. So it was that. Other than that, got an interception. Got 3. Quinn had 2 sacks on Cam Wake. He did really well. I think the defense, after that long touchdown, had like an average of like 2.5 yards that they would give up each play. So the defense played better after that long-ass touchdown and held them. The backup defense didn't play too swift. And then you had Raekwon McMillan get burnt by the tight end Thomas for that touchdown, that crossing route. Like, he got completely burnt. But it was just a sloppy game all around by the Dolphins. They would do something good, and then a penalty would knock them back. It was just, that was just constantly just that. They were shooting themselves in the foot too much, and it was driving me absolutely nuts. It was just a bad game, a really bad game. They need to not play like this. Playing like this just reinforces what everyone else thinks about the Dolphins, makes everyone think that they're shit because they're playing like shit. So hopefully they get it together. Ryan Tannehill said that they have time to fix it. There's a lot of time left, and the usual spiel, they're on the right track. But today was a very discouraging game. I know I'm going to get a lot of comments below saying, hey, Doug, it's preseason. You're looking too far into preseason. Yeah, but the offense was doing really crappy in training camp and OTAs, so I don't know. Preseason is kind of like what you see. I know there's be different plays and stuff, but I'm hoping that Tennessee game we see a completely different Miami Dolphins. But yeah, that's it. You know, bad offensive line play, bad run blocking, penalties. Just a sloppy game all around. Hopefully they do better next Saturday against the Ravens, which that's a great team to have your dress rehearsal against. A very like punch you in the face team that the Dolphins always have a bad game against. So we'll see what happens next week. Comment below. Let me know what you guys think about the game, and obviously I'm bummed because I wanted it to go better. There was some, like I said, there was some bright spots. The interception from Xavier Howard, the sacks from Quinn. Tannehill didn't do too bad. Some nice passes. Kilgore did horribly against the defensive tackle. Like, there was some bright spots, but it was all around bad. It was bad. Can't be kicking field goals. Our field goal kickers were making good ones. Joseph made a 54-yarder. Like, that's good. Bright spots, you know. But it was bad. You can't win by kicking field goals. We had 5 possessions, got in their end zone, and we kicked 4 field goals. You know what I'm saying? So you could tell me, hey, it's preseason, you're looking too far into it, but it was a bad game, and they need to fix it ASAP. This needs to be fixed, and these penalties need to be fixed. That's the first thing that needs to be fixed, is the penalties. Stop with the penalties, god damn it. Pass interference, holding on a friggin', there was a nice AJ Derby, nice pass interference on him, he pushed off. There was a nice run from Sonoris Perry, holding on the offense. Like, every time we did something good, we got a penalty to bring back. So, is it on the coaches? Is it on the players? I think it's on the whole team in a whole. More discipline from both sides. Fix it, because this was bad. I don't care if we lost 27-20, lost by 7 points. We scored 1 touchdown all game. So, bad. Now, I'm going to get to your comment of the day. Even though it's 2 o'clock at night when I'm recording this, still comment of the day. This one, I'm getting from Twitter. Tell you guys all the time, follow me on Twitter. So I'm going to start getting your comments and questions from Twitter as well. The creationification, he asked me, DouglieDoWrong, I don't get it. What does Gase see in Assweiler? I mean, it's Brock Osweiler. It's like he barely gives Bryce Petty a chance, but when he does, he scores a touchdown or gets off a really good drive. I say we start Petty over Assweiler instead of just giving him a minute or 2 of gameplay. I agree with you. He puts Brock Osweiler in there to just kind of like have a fair competition between him and between him and David Fales. But you're seeing Bryce Petty do really well. He did really well last game when he got us a touchdown, and he did really well this game. But you gotta understand, he's doing it in the 4th quarter against 4th stringers who aren't going to do shit. So maybe that's why he looks so good, because he doesn't look good in training camp, he doesn't look good in OTAs, but he looks good against these 4th stringers. But I do agree that it should be, like today, it should have been, you got Tannehill in there for a quarter, maybe a quarter and a half like they did. Then you put David Fales in for until like the middle of the 3rd, maybe even till the whole 3rd. Then you put Bryce Petty in, and then Brock Osweiler, you get the final drive. I agree, that's how it should have been. Give Bryce Petty a better chance. But yeah, he's just trying to give Osweiler a fair shot, but I think it's done. You got a 6'7" dude who's still getting his passes bad at the line, and he's just inconsistent and hot garbage. So I agree. Bryce Petty needs a better chance. Maybe next Saturday, Tannehill will probably play the first half. Then David Fales will come in, and maybe Bryce Petty will get more. And then maybe we'll just cut Assweiler, as you like to call him. But that's the video. Comment below. Let me know what you think about the game, what you didn't like, what you did like. You know, it is the preseason, and I know that the defensive calls and the offensive calls are very vanilla, but the execution was caca. was absolute shit. Both sides of the ball. Bad execution. And that's where I'm down on. Very bad execution, very bad discipline. Again, that's on both sides of the ball. So comment below, let me know. Follow me on Twitter. Follow me on Twitter. You can also ask me questions on Twitter. I'm going to start taking your questions on Twitter and putting them in the video. So follow me on Twitter. I'll just put it right here. Go follow my second channel, The Bit Boys. We just did Madden gameplay. I'm going to put another Madden gameplay out soon. Probably same time next week. We play also other video games, so go check that ish out. Thumbs up. Even though we lost and we're playing like caca, still give this a thumbs up because you never know. I think the Colts went 0-4 in the preseason. Again, I'm not comparing us to the Colts because they had Peyton Manning and shit. But they went 0-4 and then they winded up winning 12-4 games. You know, so thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not subscribed already. Got a ton of stuff planned, and I will see you guys real soon. I got a nice video planned because there's no more training camp or OTAs, so I got some ideas I'm gonna throw at you. And other than that, like usual, keep your heads up. It's not as bad as it seems, even though I made it seem really bad. Fins up. And so Friday, Dolphins will be in Carolina to face the Carolina Panthers. So I'm going to make another video to tell you guys what I'll be watching for. You guys might be watching for something different. If you do, comment it below. But without further ado, let's get